Hey, Leaf fans, why so glum? Well, I feel your pain. My name's Lou Moore, and I'd like to tell you about my dad, Doug Moore. He worked at Maple Leaf Gardens for 30 years, starting in 1957. And by 1974, he was the building superintendent and in charge of ice operations, which he took very seriously, I might add. It was his passion. And he became world-renowned for his expertise in ice making. He founded Jet Ice. Jet Ice is known throughout all of the NHL facilities, curling facilities, figure skating facilities, all things ice. My dad is the foundation for it all. But that's not what I want to tell you about. I want to tell you about the year 1961. It was my father's 4th year at Maple Leaf Gardens, and things were very exciting at that time. Conn Smythe had just sold his shares in Maple Leaf Gardens to 3 very enterprising individuals: his son Stafford, John Bassett, and Harold Ballard. These 3 folks put together a really exciting hockey team. In 1962, 1963, and 1964, the Leafs won the Stanley Cup. It doesn't get any better than that. And my father wrote this song called A Leaf Fan's Dream.
Now on March 19th, this story takes place of the National Hockey League Championship race, for this is the day that the schedule ends and the 4 top clubs start the playoffs again. For the last few seasons it's been Montreal that's finished first and won it all. They topped the league and never give up till it won the playoffs and the Stanley Cup. Now this year's different, the Leafs have the stuff. Joe Blake and his boys have found it real rough. Montreal and Toronto, a furious pace, and tonight we'll know who's gonna win this race.
He wrote it at the beginning of the season, and he predicted everything in this song, and everything came true, including the last game against the New York Rangers at Madison Square Gardens. Yes, everything came true, except for one minor detail. In 1961, Frank Mahovlich scored 48 goals. My father predicted he would score 51. Well, anything can happen in a Leaf fan's dream. Now I'm a Leaf fan and I always have been, so I went to New York to see the schedule end, where the Leafs and Rangers play a battle royal, and back in Detroit the Wings played Montreal. Now the Leafs need a win to keep its pace and to win this National Hockey League race. I'm sure that Punch will have his boys up to it. Sure hopes those Habs will lose to Detroit. Now as the game in New York gets underway, the Rangers press hard and carry the play. They storm our zone all around Johnny Bower, but they can't put the puck past the man of the hour. Then the Leafs come on and carry the attack, with Kelly and Olmstead, Nevin and Shack, making rush after rush on the Ranger net, but Gump and the boys ain't a-giving up yet. Now for the first 2 periods and late into the third, it was a scoreless tie, and I'd give you my word, my nails were chewed down, I couldn't stand much more. Time was running out and we needed to score. And up above the lights and the smoke overhead on the out-of-town scoreboard, this is what it read: Chicago at Boston, there was no score, but the Habs led Detroit 6-4. This seemed to inspire the Leafs to press on with spectacular drives by Duff and Keon. The souped-up effort seemed to be in vain, but they kept on a-trying, again and again. And then with less than a minute in the game to play, a Leaf stole a puck for a clean breakaway. Down over center like a streaky tour. Rated on goal. He shoots. He scores! Well, as the red light flashed, I let out a roar. I was dancing and jumping like I'd never done before. The whole crowd round seemed to go berserk. Frank Mahovlich scored his 51st. Toronto goal, scored by number 27, Frank Mahovlich. Now tonight those Leafs are in first place and they've won this National Hockey League race. I'm sure you fans will all wish them luck as they enter the playoffs for the Stanley Cup.